It's a tough truth. Some people in our lives seem to revel in creating harm and chaos. Picture this. You're sharing intimate moments and extending your trust, only to discover that the very person you leaned on is the source of your distress. Today, we're diving into a topic that's both unsettling and enlightening: how to recognize the signs of dealing with a toxic person. Whether this individual is a colleague, a friend, or even a family member, these people often have a knack for disguising their true nature behind a veneer of charm and charisma. Our exploration isn't driven by mere curiosity, it has a deeper purpose. Understanding these warning signs can be profoundly transformative. The Stoics, with their emphasis on the power of perception, reason, and virtue, teach us that our well-being and peace of mind are deeply influenced by our interactions with others. By recognizing toxic behaviors, we can safeguard our inner tranquility and cultivate healthier relationships, aligning with Stoic ideals of wisdom and self-control. As we navigate this topic, we'll uncover 5 clear signs that you're dealing with a toxic person. By the end of this discussion, you'll be better equipped to identify these behaviors and implement practical strategies to protect your mental health. If you find this content useful, consider supporting us by subscribing to our channel. Don't skip ahead. Our special bonus section will offer a powerful strategy for establishing firm boundaries with these individuals. Let's embark on this journey of self-awareness and resilience together. When we encounter people who appear charming and charismatic at first, it's crucial to remember that appearances can be deceiving. These individuals often light up a room, making everyone feel valued and important, and they seem to say all the right things to make you feel like you found a new best friend. At first glance, they might seem perfect, witty, engaging, and genuinely interested in your life. It's easy to be captivated by their allure and believe that you've found someone truly exceptional. However, the Stoics teach us to look beyond the surface and seek the truth through careful observation and rational thought. As time passes, you may start to notice subtle cracks in their facade. They may constantly seek to be the center of attention, overshadowing others in social settings. They might interrupt you, speak over you, or subtly undermine you in conversations. These behaviors are not merely quirks or signs of an extroverted personality. They are significant red flags. The Stoics would advise us to observe these behaviors with a clear mind, free from the initial enchantment of their charm. Another sign of a toxic person is their tendency to engage in manipulative behavior. They might use guilt, flattery, or even deceit to get what they want or to control you. Their actions often revolve around self-interest rather than mutual respect or consideration. The Stoics advocate for a life of integrity and honesty, so recognizing manipulative tactics helps us maintain our own principles and avoid being swayed by deceitful influences. Toxic individuals often exhibit a lack of empathy, showing little regard for your feelings or well-being. They might dismiss your concerns, belittle your achievements, or show indifference to your struggles. This lack of empathy is a stark contrast to the Stoic virtue of compassion and understanding. By recognizing this trait, we can set boundaries that preserve our emotional health and foster relationships that are based on mutual respect and care. Finally, consider the impact a toxic person has on your overall well-being. Do you feel drained or anxious after interacting with them? Do you find yourself constantly second-guessing your actions or decisions because of their influence? The Stoics teach us to cultivate inner peace and emotional resilience. Recognizing the negative impact on your well-being can be a crucial step in deciding to distance yourself from these individuals. In our special bonus section, we'll delve into effective strategies for setting and maintaining firm boundaries with toxic people. Establishing boundaries is essential for preserving your mental and emotional health. It allows you to protect yourself from negative influences while reinforcing your own values and principles. As we conclude this exploration, remember that understanding these signs and applying Stoic principles can empower you to navigate complex relationships with greater clarity and confidence. By remaining vigilant and rational, you can maintain your peace of mind and foster relationships that enrich rather than deplete your life. Stay tuned for our bonus content on boundary setting strategies, and thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and resilience. Imagine being at a lively social gathering where one person undeniably stands out, commanding attention with their jokes and charm. Initially, it's thrilling to be in their orbit, captivated by their charisma. However, as the evening unfolds, you start to notice a more disconcerting pattern. They dominate every conversation, continually redirecting the focus to themselves. When you attempt to share something personal, they quickly overshadow your contribution, shifting the spotlight back to their own experiences. This behavior may seem charming at first, but it reveals a more troubling trait: self-centeredness. In such situations, the Stoic concept of apatheia, which refers to maintaining emotional steadiness regardless of external circumstances, can be incredibly valuable. Apatheia doesn't mean detachment or apathy, but rather the ability to remain unaffected by the shifting dynamics of interpersonal interactions. By embodying this Stoic ideal, you can better navigate through the initial allure and discern the underlying self-serving nature of the individual. It allows you to observe their actions without becoming emotionally entangled, thereby gaining clearer insight into their true character. Moreover, how a person handles setbacks provides crucial clues about their genuine nature. True kindness is reflected in how someone deals with disappointment or disagreement. A person with a sincere disposition will address setbacks with calmness and respect, showing maturity and resilience. Conversely, someone who is merely putting on a facade of kindness may exhibit anger or defensiveness when faced with obstacles. They might resort to manipulation to regain control or lash out when things don't go as planned. According to Stoic philosophy, such reactions are indicators of a lack of true virtue and rationality. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, advised caution when dealing with individuals who display anger or manipulative behavior, as these traits are inconsistent with a rational and virtuous character. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of patience and observation. Epictetus, another influential Stoic, taught that one should be discerning and not rush to judgment based on initial impressions. Instead, take the time to evaluate the character of those you encounter. If someone appears too perfect or too accommodating at first glance, it is prudent to observe their behavior over time. Genuine character reveals itself through consistent actions, especially in moments when the individual is unaware of being observed. Pay close attention to how they treat others, particularly when they think no one is watching. Authenticity in character is often showcased in these less visible interactions. In addition, be mindful of a person's level of empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships and genuine connections. When you encounter individuals who seem to lack basic empathy, it's a significant red flag. Some people might display a shocking disregard for how their actions or words impact others, which can be deeply hurtful and revealing. The Stoics viewed compassion and empathy as integral virtues, essential for both personal fulfillment and the well-being of others. Marcus Aurelius frequently discussed the interconnectedness of human beings and how nurturing kindness and understanding contributes to our own happiness and harmony. In conclusion, by integrating Stoic principles such as apatheia, careful observation, and empathy into your approach to social interactions, you can better protect yourself from deception and maintain your own peace of mind. While charm and charisma can be alluring, they do not always equate to integrity or genuine kindness. By staying grounded and mindful, you safeguard yourself from manipulation and ensure that your relationships are based on genuine character and mutual respect. Think about the experience of sharing something deeply personal with a friend, seeking empathy or support. When they dismiss your feelings or even mock your vulnerability, it can profoundly impact you. Such reactions can make you feel isolated and misunderstood, as if your emotions and experiences are invalidated. This dismissal isn't just about their absence during your difficult times. It extends to their failure to celebrate your achievements or share in your joy. Someone lacking empathy might not only ignore your successes, but could even undermine them, making you question the value of your accomplishments, or worse, taking credit for them themselves. This lack of empathy isn't confined to personal relationships, but permeates various aspects of life. Imagine working under a boss who consistently pushes their team beyond reasonable limits, disregarding their well-being. Such a leader might demand excessive hours without fair compensation, ignore requests for time off, or publicly criticize employees in ways intended to humiliate rather than constructively address issues. This creates a toxic work environment where employees feel undervalued, stressed, and demoralized. The Stoics would advise us to maintain our inner peace and integrity in such circumstances, recognizing that others' lack of empathy reflects their own character flaws, not ours. The consequences of a lack of empathy can extend to more harmful behaviors. People who cannot empathize may engage in cruel actions without remorse, causing pain and suffering without consideration for the impact on others. They might lie, cheat, or inflict physical harm, driven by self-interest and a disregard for the well-being of others. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of kindness and justice, advocating that our actions should reflect our inner virtues. A person devoid of empathy is disconnected from these fundamental values, operating in a realm where ethical considerations are secondary to personal gain. Even in seemingly minor, everyday interactions, the absence of empathy can manifest in subtle, yet telling ways. For instance, someone who constantly interrupts conversations to focus on themselves, shows little interest in the lives or feelings of others, or fails to offer help when it's needed, reveals a deeper issue. These behaviors might appear as mere annoyances, but they often indicate a significant lack of consideration for others. The Stoics would encourage us to be observant and discerning, recognizing that such behaviors can be indicative of a person's true nature. If you encounter someone who consistently demonstrates a lack of empathy, it is crucial to set boundaries to protect your mental and emotional health. The Stoic approach emphasizes maintaining our own well-being and not allowing others' negativity to disrupt our inner peace. It is entirely valid to distance yourself from individuals who drain your energy and diminish your sense of self-worth. Furthermore, another clear sign of a manipulative person is their use of deceitful tactics to control or influence others for their own benefit. Manipulation often involves subtly twisting situations to their advantage, which can make you question your own perceptions and judgments. This can lead to confusion, a loss of confidence, and a sense of powerlessness. Such individuals are skilled at exploiting vulnerabilities and may create an environment where you feel uncertain about your own reality and decisions. In dealing with manipulative behavior, it is essential to stay grounded in your values and trust your own perceptions. Recognize that manipulation is a tactic used by those who seek to control others for their gain. By maintaining self-awareness and setting clear boundaries, you can protect yourself from falling victim to such tactics. In the spirit of Stoic philosophy, focus on nurturing your inner strength and resilience, understanding that while you cannot control others' actions, you have the power to govern your own responses and maintain your integrity. From a Stoic perspective, manipulation is a significant ethical and psychological issue because it distorts reality and impairs one's ability to think clearly and act in alignment with one's principles. Stoicism, with its emphasis on rationality, personal virtue, and inner tranquility, holds that our well-being hinges on our capacity to perceive reality accurately and to respond to it with integrity. Manipulation undermines this clarity, making it challenging to adhere to Stoic ideals. A prominent form of manipulation is gaslighting, a tactic where an individual seeks to make you doubt your memory, perception, or sanity. For instance, if you confront someone about a hurtful comment they've made, instead of taking responsibility, they might accuse you of being overly sensitive or of misremembering the event. This tactic not only erodes your confidence, but also creates a dependency on their version of reality, thereby undermining your autonomy. In Stoic terms, this kind of manipulation interferes with our ability to perceive and respond to the world as it truly is, which is crucial for practicing virtues like wisdom and courage. Manipulators often play the victim to evoke guilt and manipulate you into compliance. You might encounter a friend who perpetually seeks your help while never reciprocating, employing phrases like, "If you were really my friend, you'd do this for me." This form of manipulation can make you feel morally obligated to meet their demands, thus exploiting your sense of duty and kindness. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own virtues and responses, rather than being swayed by others' attempts to manipulate our emotions. Another tactic manipulators use is initial charm or flattery to win your favor. They may make you feel special and valued, but this praise often comes with hidden agendas or expectations. The Stoics remind us that our self-worth should be grounded in our own actions and character, not in external validation or the approval of others. True virtue comes from within, and we should be wary of any attempts to manipulate our sense of self-worth through superficial means. Manipulation frequently involves efforts to isolate you from your support network. A manipulative person might attempt to drive a wedge between you and your friends or family by suggesting that they don't truly care about you, or that they don't understand you as well as the manipulator does. This isolation makes you more dependent on the manipulator for support and validation, thus increasing their control over you. Stoic philosophy values strong, supportive relationships as essential for personal growth and resilience. Isolation contradicts this principle by weakening your support network and increasing your vulnerability to further manipulation. Financial control is another common manipulative tactic. A person might borrow money without intending to repay it, or exert control over your finances to limit your independence. For instance, a partner might insist on managing all financial matters, requiring you to seek permission for any expenditure. This control can restrict your autonomy and make it challenging to leave an unhealthy relationship. Stoic philosophy advocates for self-sufficiency and independence, advising us to be mindful of how financial control can compromise our ability to make free and rational decisions. Identifying manipulation can be challenging, especially when the manipulator is someone you care about. The Stoic approach encourages vigilance, self-awareness, and discernment. If you suspect that someone is manipulating you, it's important to step back and assess the situation objectively. Consider whether the person is consistently prioritizing their needs over yours, making you feel guilty or insecure, or attempting to control aspects of your life. Setting firm boundaries and asserting your needs are crucial. The Stoics advocate for a clear-eyed view of reality and maintaining one's integrity, even in the face of external pressures. Remember, you have the right to your own thoughts, feelings, and actions, and maintaining personal integrity involves safeguarding these from manipulation. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, you can better navigate the complexities of interpersonal relationships, maintain clarity of thought, and uphold your principles even in challenging situations. This approach not only helps in dealing with manipulation, but also fosters a more resilient and virtuous life. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who championed resilience and self-control, provide a timeless framework for navigating the complexities of interpersonal relationships. They remind us that while we may not have power over others' actions, we can always govern our own responses. This inner strength and clarity act as a shield against manipulation, enabling us to remain true to our values and principles. By maintaining our autonomy and integrity, we can resist being swayed by those who seek to control us. One glaring sign of manipulative behavior is controlling tendencies. This is not merely about someone having preferences or idiosyncrasies. It's about an individual striving to dominate every facet of your life, leaving you with minimal room for personal choice. This behavior often masquerades as concern or care, but at its core, it's a bid for power and control. The Stoics, who revered personal freedom and self-mastery, would consider such behavior a direct contradiction to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Controlling behavior manifests in various ways, often starting subtly. For instance, you might encounter a friend who insists on deciding where you go and what you do together. Initially, this might appear innocuous, but over time, you may observe that your own preferences and opinions are consistently disregarded. The friend might assert statements like, "I know what's best for us," or "You'll have more fun if you just follow my lead." This is not about mutual decision-making. It's about one person exerting dominance over the other. In intimate relationships, controlling behavior can be particularly insidious and damaging. A partner who constantly monitors your whereabouts, demands frequent updates on your activities, or dictates whom you can associate with, is exhibiting harmful control. This might extend to intrusive actions such as checking your phone, reading your messages, or insisting on knowing all your passwords. Such behavior can create an atmosphere of surveillance and anxiety, leaving you feeling as though you are perpetually on edge to avoid conflict. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasize the significance of maintaining inner freedom and autonomy even in the face of external pressures and manipulations. Control can also manifest in financial manipulation. A controlling partner or family member might assume full control over financial matters, granting you money only on their terms and making you financially dependent on them. This behavior may be justified with statements like, "I handle the money because you're not good with finances," or "It's easier if I just manage everything." This kind of financial oversight can erode your independence and create a power imbalance that makes it challenging to extricate yourself from the situation. The Stoics valued self-sufficiency and prudent resource management, viewing financial control as a form of subjugation that should be actively resisted. Another troubling form of controlling behavior is isolation. A manipulative individual might attempt to sever your connections with friends and family, convincing you that they are the only ones who genuinely understand or care about you. They might disparage your loved ones with comments like, "Your friends don't really care about you," or "Your family is toxic." Over time, you may find yourself increasingly isolated, relying solely on the controlling person for support and companionship. The Stoics acknowledged the importance of community and supportive relationships, recognizing that isolation is detrimental to personal growth and well-being. By understanding these signs of manipulation and controlling behavior, you can better safeguard your autonomy and integrity. The Stoic philosophy encourages us to cultivate inner strength and maintain clarity of purpose. By doing so, we can navigate relationships with wisdom and preserve our personal freedom, even in the face of those who seek to undermine it. Controlling individuals often wield their influence through threats and intimidation to preserve their dominance. These threats may manifest as ultimatums, such as threats to leave you, harm themselves, or inflict harm upon you if you fail to comply with their demands. Such tactics create an environment steeped in fear and anxiety, which can cloud your judgment and impede your ability to make decisions that are in your best interest. The constant pressure and emotional manipulation can be debilitating, making it difficult to act independently or trust your own instincts. The Stoic philosophers, particularly Seneca, offered profound wisdom on how to confront and overcome such manipulative behaviors. They taught that true courage and wisdom involve facing our fears head-on and resisting the attempts of others to intimidate us into submission. Seneca's writings emphasize the importance of inner strength and the need to stand firm against any form of coercion. The essence of Stoicism is to reclaim one's power by staying grounded in one's values and maintaining a clear sense of self despite external pressures. To counteract controlling behavior, it's crucial to recognize that it goes beyond mere preference or desire for order. It fundamentally seeks to undermine your autonomy and restrict your freedom. The Stoics would argue that such behaviors are direct assaults on your personal liberty and should be viewed as violations of your inherent right to live freely and make your own choices. By adhering to your values and remaining steadfast in your principles, you can fortify yourself against these manipulative influences and restore your sense of personal power. If you find yourself entangled with a controlling person, setting firm boundaries is essential. Clearly communicate your needs and limitations while ensuring that you assert your independence. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or professionals who understand your situation can also provide valuable assistance and perspective. Remember, while we cannot control others' actions, we retain control over our own reactions and decisions. By staying anchored in your principles and valuing your own autonomy, you can protect yourself from the detrimental effects of controlling behavior and navigate towards a more authentic and fulfilling life. Another insidious trait often associated with harmful individuals is pathological lying. Unlike occasional fibs or harmless exaggerations, pathological lying is characterized by a pervasive and compulsive pattern of deceit. These individuals fabricate stories, distort facts, and manipulate reality, often without any discernible reason. Their constant dishonesty erodes trust, damages relationships, and creates a convoluted web of deceit that is difficult to untangle. The Stoics placed immense value on truth and integrity, seeing them as cornerstones of a virtuous life. According to Stoic philosophy, living in harmony with nature involves aligning one's actions with truth and reason. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of living authentically and being truthful as part of living in accordance with nature. Pathological liars, by contrast, act in direct opposition to these principles. Their relentless deceit creates a false reality that serves their own interests, undermining both personal integrity and the trust of those around them. Pathological lying can manifest in various ways. It might start with minor, seemingly innocuous lies, such as embellishing a story to appear more interesting. Over time, these small deceptions can escalate into more severe fabrications, including covering up mistakes, manipulating others, or claiming undeserved credit. This ongoing dishonesty distorts reality, making it increasingly difficult to discern truth from falsehood. To navigate interactions with a pathological liar, it is crucial to maintain a strong sense of discernment and awareness. Establish clear boundaries and remain vigilant in evaluating the consistency and credibility of information. Engaging in open, honest communication can also help to mitigate the impact of deceitful behavior. Ultimately, by grounding yourself in the principles of truth and integrity, and by fostering relationships based on genuine trust, you can better protect yourself from the harmful effects of pathological lying and maintain a more authentic and balanced life. In a workplace, a pathological liar might misrepresent their qualifications, overstate their contributions to projects, or spread false rumors to undermine colleagues. This behavior can create a toxic atmosphere where trust is shattered and everyone is on edge, unsure of who to believe. The Stoics would advise us to hold firm to our own integrity and not be swayed by the deceitful actions of others. Epictetus taught us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions, and not let the dishonesty of others upset us. In personal relationships, pathological lying can be even more damaging. Imagine being with someone who constantly lies about their whereabouts, past, or feelings. This behavior can make you feel insecure and anxious, leading you to doubt your own perceptions and instincts. The liar thrives on this confusion, creating instability to maintain control. The Stoics would remind us to trust our own judgment and not be influenced by others' manipulations. Seneca taught that true peace comes from within and that we shouldn't let others' deceit disturb our inner calm. One of the trickiest parts of pathological lying is that it can be hard to detect at first. Pathological liars are often very convincing, presenting their lies with such confidence and detail that they're hard to disbelieve. They may mix some truth with their lies, making it even more difficult to tell what's real. This is where the Stoic principle of vigilance comes in. We need to stay observant and critical, not accepting things at face value, but seeking the truth through careful thought and evidence. When you catch someone in a lie, observe their reaction closely. Do they get defensive or aggressive? Do they try to shift the blame onto you? Or do they offer a seemingly reasonable explanation, even if it's just another layer of deceit? A truly honest person will acknowledge their mistakes and work to make things right, while a pathological liar will often dig in their heels, creating a more complex web of lies. The Stoics would advise us to stay calm and rational when faced with such behavior, recognizing it for what it is without letting it disturb our peace. Consider the long-term effects of dealing with a pathological liar. Over time, their deceit can undermine the foundation of trust in any relationship. Once trust is broken, it's extremely hard to repair. You might end up feeling constantly wary and questioning if you're being deceived again, which can create a cycle of mistrust and resentment. The Stoics believed in nurturing honest relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. When dealing with a pathological liar, you must decide whether it's worth attempting to restore trust or if it's better to distance yourself from their harmful influence. If you find yourself involved with a pathological liar, it's crucial to set firm boundaries to protect your mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics would suggest staying true to your values and principles, not allowing yourself to be dragged down by someone else's deceit. Be clear about what you will and won't tolerate, and don't hesitate to walk away from a relationship or situation rooted in lies. Your peace of mind and integrity should be prioritized over maintaining a connection with someone who consistently deceives you. To safeguard yourself from these harmful behaviors while maintaining your peace and integrity, developing strong boundary-setting skills is essential. Boundaries are about defining what you will and won't accept in your relationships and are vital for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. The Stoics, who emphasize personal integrity and inner tranquility, would view boundary setting as a key practice for leading a virtuous and serene life. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or unkind. It's about respecting yourself and ensuring that others respect you as well. The Stoics believed in self-respect and living in harmony with our true nature. By establishing clear boundaries, you're not only protecting yourself, but also encouraging healthier interactions with others. Setting boundaries effectively requires clarity and specificity. It's crucial to clearly communicate which behaviors you won't accept, and to do so assertively. For instance, if a friend often belittles you, you might say, "I value our friendship, but I cannot accept being treated disrespectfully. If this behavior continues, I'll need to distance myself." This direct approach ensures there's no misunderstanding. Stoic principles suggest that such clear communication helps maintain respect and order in relationships. Consistency is also vital when it comes to enforcing boundaries. Simply stating your limits once isn't enough. You must consistently uphold them, even when it's challenging. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus stress the importance of discipline and perseverance. By consistently reinforcing your boundaries, you show self-respect and teach others how to treat you. If someone repeatedly disregards your boundaries, it might be a sign that they don't respect you, and you may need to reconsider the relationship. Remember, setting boundaries is an ongoing process rather than a one-time action. As relationships and circumstances change, your boundaries might need to be adjusted. For example, in a work setting, you might need to set limits on your availability and workload to avoid burnout. You could tell a colleague or supervisor, "I'm happy to assist with this project, but I can't take on more tasks beyond my current responsibilities." Stoics would advise maintaining a balance between your duties and your well-being. Handling resistance to your boundaries can be one of the toughest parts. People accustomed to getting their way, especially those who are controlling or manipulative, might react negatively to your assertiveness. They may try to anger you, make you feel guilty, or undermine your confidence. Stoic philosophy teaches us to stay calm and resolute when facing such pushback. Marcus Aurelius emphasized maintaining composure and not being swayed by others' negative emotions. When you face resistance, stay firm and remember that your boundaries are crucial for your well-being. In some situations, maintaining boundaries may require difficult decisions, such as distancing yourself from or even ending relationships that are toxic. While this can be painful, it's essential for your mental and emotional health. Stoics remind us that our primary responsibility is to our own virtue and well-being. Seneca often highlighted the importance of choosing our associates wisely, understanding that the people we surround ourselves with can significantly affect our character and happiness. By distancing yourself from those who consistently violate your boundaries, you make a strong statement about your self-worth and commitment to living a virtuous life. It's also beneficial to seek support from others when you're working on setting boundaries. This might involve talking to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist to get their advice and encouragement. Sharing your experiences with setting boundaries can give you valuable perspectives and bolster your determination. The Stoics valued the role of community and support from like-minded individuals. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about our interconnectedness and the importance of mutual support. By leaning on your support network, you can find the strength to maintain your boundaries and look after your well-being. Additionally, practicing self-care is essential when it comes to setting and keeping boundaries. This means taking time for yourself, engaging in activities that make you happy and relaxed, and looking after your physical and mental health. The Stoics saw self-care as a cornerstone of a virtuous life. For instance, Epictetus stressed the importance of caring for ourselves so that we can be of service to others and fulfill our responsibilities effectively. By prioritizing self-care, you affirm that your well-being is valuable and worth protecting. Remember, setting boundaries is a way of showing self-respect and self-love. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to let others undermine it. The Stoics teach us that our value is determined by our actions and integrity, not by external factors. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you're aligning with these principles and nurturing a life of peace, virtue, and resilience. Your peace and integrity are important and should be protected, no matter who tries to challenge them. Setting boundaries isn't just a defense mechanism. It's a statement of your self-worth and your commitment to living a virtuous life. Thank you for joining me today and being a part of Stoic Vision. If you found this helpful, check out one of the suggested videos on the screen for more insights. Stay strong, stay wise, and continue to live your truth. Please like, share, and subscribe.